For a moment, I want you to imagine you're spending a $10 bill and later on you watch a video of mine and realize that you just spent a $10 bill that was worth thousands of dollars. That's the reality. And there are people out there that are accidentally spending $10 bills that are worth a lot more money than just $10. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to be looking out for on your $10 bill to see if it's worth money. We're going to go over old bills and new bills, so stick around. But up first, we have a 1928 $10 bill. This is a Chicago district bill. You can tell if you look on the left side of the bill, you'll see a number 7. That is the district seal. It's important to know that 1928 was the first year they started producing these small-sized Federal Reserve banknotes. This is considered to be a numeral type bill. Typically speaking, to the left of Alexander Hamilton there at the center of the bill, you're going to see a number 7. A lot of the time, you'll see a letter and not a number. These bills are considered to be numeral type bills, and they are more collectible and more valuable. Another thing you need to know that I bet you didn't know is that if you look at the prefix of the serial number, you're going to see a letter G. That is important because G is the 7th letter in the alphabet, and you can see that number 7 there in the district seal, and there's also number 7s all around the bill. So if there's ever an instance where those don't match up, you could have a bill worth a lot of money because it could be an error. But the main thing here is that this note graded very highly. It's an old note and it's a numeral type bill. So this one sold for $2,185. Wait, 90% of you that watch the videos are still not subscribed. So you better subscribe right now so we can keep the lights on. Wait, no, I was kidding. All right, so this bill sold for $4,800. This is a 2004 $10 bill. We're all familiar with this bill, right? So the biggest thing here is a few things. First of all, if you flip the bill over, you're going to look on the back right-hand side of the bill. You're going to see a small little plate position. That plate position is when they're producing these bills, they have a plate and they must number them so they know which plate produced this specific run of bills. There are cases where they use the wrong backplate number for a specific bill, and there are collectors out there that will collect specific backplate number ranges based on if there's an error or not. What you need to know is that there aren't any known varieties just yet for this $10 bill, but it's important to know what that backplate number is. If you flip the bill over, on the front of the bill, you'll see next to Hamilton there's a small FW. That stands for Fort Worth, where this note was produced. To the right of that is a letter and a number. That is the front plate number. This is a star note. So what a star note is when they're producing these sheets of notes, if there's an error on the sheet of notes, what they'll do is they'll scrap that sheet and they have to produce a new sheet for bookkeeping purposes to make sure they actually produce the same number of bills they intended to do. That way there's no weird theft or anything going on within the BEP. But it's really important to know that the lower number of errors on a print run means the less number of star notes there are and the more valuable they're going to be. There are instances where there are hundreds of thousands of star notes produced for one specific run, making those star notes pretty much worthless. All these things in combination with hitting the perfect grade of 70, which is so challenging in paper money. Now really quick, how do you hit the perfect grade? Your bill has to have no folds or bends or large scratches or any sort of damage on the bill. Also, it needs to be centered nearly perfectly. So if you look at the margins, left to right, top to bottom, this note looks perfectly centered, which allowed it to get the 70 grade and sell for $4,800. This bill sold for $5,400. Now you can see this is another numeral type. You can see the large number 11 to the left of the bill. It's important to know that Dallas is a pretty good district when it comes to paper money, at least the older stuff. As we said before, the prefix, which is a K, like I was talking about before, it lines up with the 11 because K is the 11th number in the alphabet. This bill was graded by PCGS at about uncirculated 55. That means there is a fold somewhere on the bill, possibly 2 folds and a bend. If this bill didn't have any folds and it graded at the uncirculated grade, it would have sold for a lot more money, but this one sold for $5,400. Talk about a beat up note. This is a 2001 $10 star note graded by PCGS at a very fine 20. Now you can tell this one went through a lot of circulation before someone noticed that this was a serial number 1 bill and also a star note. That is incredibly challenging to come across, but it allowed it to sell for $5,875. This bill sold for $10,800, and here's why. So a lot of the time, like I was saying before, the older the bill, the better the condition, the more money it's going to bring. Now there are modern bills, meaning bills that are being printed today, that if you achieved this solid number 9 serial number, you would have a bill worth a lot of money. The fact that someone was able to find this bill with a solid number 9 serial number and it's this old is absolutely crazy. If you come across an old bill with a cool serial number like this, you almost guarantee yourself to have a bill with a lot more money than just its face value. So you have the combination of how old this bill is, you have the condition, which there's no folds, it's a 65 EPQ, it's a rare serial number and it's from the San Francisco district. This bill sold for $10,800. This bill sold for $17,625. This one graded by PCGS, a 67 PPQ. That's only 3 points away from the perfect grade of 70. This one was able to achieve the serial number 1 designation, and someone found this bill. Regardless if it was out in circulation or they bought a pack of bills and found it, this person hit the jackpot. They got very lucky and they sold it for almost $18,000. Just like the previous note, but this one is older. So remember what we were saying before, the older your bill is, the better the condition, the more money it's going to be worth. This is also a light green seal. So if you look at the seal on the right and the serial numbers, you can tell that they are a light green color. Light green seals are typically worth more money than dark green seals because they are more scarce. The biggest reason why this note sold for $21,600 is mainly because it is a serial number 1 bill. So if you have one of these bills, keep it safe, don't fold it because it's going to be worth a lot of money. YouTube's extremely good at finding exactly what you want to watch. And YouTube is saying that the video that's perfect for you is on the screen right now. So go ahead and click on that video and I'll see you inside.